IBS is often misunderstood because range of symptoms and signs which fall under IBS are also in 100 different other gastrointestinal conditions, infective conditions, and also people who undergo hormonal imbalances. I often see individuals by the time they come to us have self-diagnosed themselves as having IBS and are already have eliminated lactose, gluten, they add fiber, laxatives and probiotics, everything at one time. It doesn't work like that. This month is all about IBS awareness. We keep listening to different stories every day from our clients that they are either diagnosed with IBS or they think they have IBS. But what is this disease all about? Let's find out. IBS is often misunderstood because range of symptoms and signs which fall under IBS are also in 100 different other gastrointestinal conditions, infective conditions, and also people who undergo hormonal imbalances. So that's the reason why often it's misdiagnosed, number one. Number two, it is diagnosis of exclusion. That means if all other diseases are ruled out, then there's probability of having IBS. And again, it has different kinds depending on what kind of stools they are passing. It could be mixed, it could be constipation predominant, or it could be diarrhea predominant. And often it's important, these are more about functional symptoms and not structural. Even before a functional disease is diagnosed or confirmed, we need to know all other structural diagnoses, all other infections are ruled out, and often they are red flags and should not be taken lightly. We often see these most common deficiencies in individuals who have IBS symptoms. They're deficient in the protein, omega-3, iron, B vitamins, D vitamin. The reason being most of the food is not digested and absorbed. A lot of metabolites that probiotic species in the gut are not producing, either because absence of the prebiotic rich foods or because diversity of the gut microbiome is lacking in their gut. These are some more questions we ask individuals or clients at PMX to rule out other important red flagged conditions to diagnose IBS. Number one, is there any unexplained weight loss? Because that could indicate more serious problems like chronic inflammatory disease, cancers, or even colitis and chronic infections. Number two, do you wake up at night to poop? Number three, is there blood in stools, which could indicate other problems like hemorrhoids, polyps, or even inflammatory bowel disease? And are there any associated symptoms like fever, fatigue, joint pains? Because these could mean there is something very systemic autoimmune condition that is going on, and there could be immune dysregulation as well. And very important question of all being, is there a change in pattern of the bowel habit after you turned 40 or 45, and especially in women, is there a cyclical change in bowel habits? Because it could mean that there is some endometriosis which infiltrated the pelvic floor. And have you been resistant to IBS treatments? That means there are some unanswered other indications or other questions, meaning food intolerances, parasitic infections, histamine intolerances, anxiety and emotion related eating, which could hamper gut motility, which could also hamper gut microbiome. So these are some of the important questions that we need to be asking individuals to rule out other conditions and to diagnose IBS. Depending on the root cause, first and foremost important thing to work with these individuals having IBS is, number one is remove all the triggers that are causing the symptoms. So it could be removing inflammatory foods, removing histamine rich foods, removing high FODMAP foods. Then working on resetting the gut, which means repairing the gut integrity. It could be using a lot of nutrients, for example, L-glutamine, zinc carnosine, to work on repairing the gut integrity, which reduces the gut permeability. And number three would be, after repairing, resetting and rebalancing the gut. That means increasing a lot of probiotic species in the gut along with prebiotic rich foods. I often see individuals by the time they come to us have self-diagnosed themselves as having IBS and are already have eliminated lactose, gluten, they add fiber, laxatives and probiotics, everything at one time. It doesn't work like that. Body cannot accept everything at one time. So there's a sequence of things that we need to do. So we need to do it very strategically. Remove everything that is causing triggers, then act on repairing the gut, resetting, and then rebalancing it with right probiotics that are suitable for the individuals. bottom line is we don't just ask, is this IBS? We ask, are there any inflammatory markers like fecal calprotectin? Is there a family history of gut related issues? Is your gut microbiome healthy? Are there any recent infections in the past which have affected your bowel movements? Is this a sudden change in your bowel habit after you crossed 40? And is there blood in your stools? And remember, IBS is a real problem. It's not a simple diagnosis of inclusion, it's mostly a diagnosis of exclusion. It is not a structural problem, it is more of a functional problem which needs deeper problems to be digged and solved. If you have any of the red flags that I have spoken about previously, please reach out to your healthcare professional. Don't self label yourself.